Hey everybody, how's it going? Randy here with Nerds Templar, and it is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. It is set 21, the final set for the green division today. And after 20, we got Bowser 17 and 2 at the very top, pulling way far ahead of everybody. And certainly in that top 3 with the bye spot. Kazuya 15 and 4 along with Dedede in those next 2 spots. Me Gunner's 14 and 5. Chrom is 13 and 6 along with Piranha. Wolf is 12 and 7. And Bowser Jr. is 11 and 8. That's our top 8 here in the green. Link and Mega Man both 10 and 9. They fight today. And if Bowser Jr. loses, either one of them will take his number 8 spot. So that is not determined just yet. However, everybody else, of course, up to that point, up to the Bowser Jr. point, has clinched that top 8. They will be staying here in this division. And everybody in the with 10 wins, including then Bowser Jr., Link, Mega Man, they're all certainly in the playoffs. And then we have our 9 and 10 Villager, our 8 and 11s, Mewtwo, Little Mac, Shulk, and Bayonetta. Those are the ones, of course, fighting for the playoff spots, those final spots. 3 left to take. Villager obviously in the best position there with 1 extra win. But who knows? Corrin and Luigi both still in it at 7 and 12. Might just have enough of a chance, maybe, if there's a massive tie at 8 and 12. Everybody that's out of playoffs below that also clinches that bottom 6, and they'll be staying. That's Lucina 5 and 14. Toon Link, who's done, 5 and 15. He's on the bye today. Sheik 3 and 16, and Diddy 2 and 17. If he doesn't win today, he will tie the worst record ever in the league that came from Snake in this division last season. So who knows, maybe if Diddy can somehow make it out of here like Snake did, he'll end up at the top of the blue division. I highly doubt that's actually going to happen, of course. But set 21 here, we've got Luigi starting things off against Wolf, Kazuya versus Bayonetta, Chrom against Shulk, Diddy versus Little Mac, Bowser against Lucina, Piranha taking on Sheik, Corrin versus Mewtwo, start off our best 4, Villager versus King Dedede, Link taking on Mega Man in that all-important one, and just after that we'll see if Bowser Jr. can hold on to that 8th spot against the Me Gunner. It won't be too easy, number 4 there. Number 4 Me Gunner, who's still fighting perhaps for one of those top 3 spots for the bye. Let us begin. And again, last set of the regular season. It's all business today. Back to the original skins for everybody. Big one here to start things off. As always, it's going to be Luigi 7 and 12. One of the 7 and 12s here. Wolf, not a whole lot he's playing for, but depending on matchups, Chrom and Piranha playing just 1 match ahead of him. And of course, if he wins here, he'll be 13 and 7. That will tie his own record from last season in the green here, which would probably feel pretty good, huh? Wolf OG green, and he's going to stay here in the green. Another great performance from him. I'm kind of getting tired of seeing fighters just dropping like a rock off the side of the stage. I feel like we've been seeing it more and more often as we progress through the season. It's when they get those super mushrooms like that. So like sometimes super mushrooms can be extremely detrimental because the AI has some kind of issue, or maybe it's not even the AI, it could just be something with the game. I don't know. It makes it difficult, if not impossible, to come back to the stage for some reason when you fall off with a super mushroom. Crazy. Like it makes you so heavy you just can't do anything. 120 on Luigi's first with a great lead now. Again, Wolf, he's going to be fine. He's not going to drop out of the top 8. He's really only playing for seeding. It's all Luigi. It's huge for Luigi, of course. If he loses, he's definitely done. If he wins, he has a very, very small glimmer of hope. He just has to hope for a lot of wins. And honestly, it's tough to say because Corrin, 7 and 12 along with Luigi, already beat him. And he kind of needs, he doesn't need it, but it would really help if Corrin did take out Mewtwo at 8 and 11, bring him to 8 and 12. If he doesn't do that, And there's only going to be one spot for an 8 and 12 left. Of course, so it's either you lose the spot to Corrin probably if Corrin wins, or you're going to lose the spot to Mewtwo. So Luigi really, Corrin has a little bit of a better chance, and we knew that coming in, knowing that Corrin already beat Luigi, of course, having that one win at least. But there's going to be a really big tie there. You never know what is going to happen. Just go back and watch the last set of the Red Division and see where everybody ended up. You'll know. And Wolf now, actually, hold the phone. Wolf ties it up because Luigi just can't make it back to the stage there. All of a sudden, it's very, very winnable for Wolf. In fact, of course, since he has the much better record, I'd say he's now favored to win. Got the advantage. Other than the poison mushroom he picked up, he's good now. Chance again to go 13-7, an amazing record to have. Good last season, good this season. Luigi, however, with the super mushroom, is going to deny him that 13-7. 12-8 though is still also great. And of course, I mentioned in the red last video, that is, that if a fighter would remain 12-8 or better every season, I would almost guarantee they're going to stay in that division that they're in. Like Wolf is right here, 12-8. He's still going to stay. It's a much bigger deal for Luigi, but we'll see if he has any shot, because it's also going to come down to that Little Mac, Shulk, and Bayonetta all at 8 and 11 as well. I think Luigi does have the win over Bayonetta, so that could help him. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. At least he's given himself a chance, right? Bayonetta, of course, just mentioned, 8 and 11, has a chance herself. But she's got to take on number 2, 15-4, Kazuya. Good luck. Good luck. Remember that Bayonetta was, at one point in the distant past, in the top of the division. She was 1-2-3-0, and then she went 3-1, 3-2. She had 4-2. And she was 4-3, 5-3, and 5-3, 5-4. She was back and forth at that point. After her 3-0 start, she was loss, win, loss, win, loss. To 5-4, 5-5, 5-6, 6-6. And she had her bye. 6-7, 6-8, 6-9, 6-10. Wow, 6-11. And just barely scraping by then after hitting that 6-11 point recently, 7 and then 8-11 to just to barely stay in this one with the last 2 wins she picked up. Isn't that crazy? And now she faces Kazuya. Her last wins, though, if you're wondering, though, they were against Me Gunner, which is pretty crazy, and Diddy was before that, so that's a little easier for sure. But still, yeah, she did take out Me Gunner last time, so she's given herself a great chance. Took out Kazuya here for the first stock. Has a very small advantage. This is crazy. Kazuya is potentially playing for that top 3 still. It will depend on a Me Gunner win. He's the only one that can catch Kazuya and Dedede at this point. In fact, it looks like, based on what I have here, maybe I already looked at that. I have 2 asterisks next to Kazuya's name, which probably means that he beat somebody. Oh, he beat Dedede. So that probably means that no matter what, yeah, he can't drop out. He probably also beat Gunner, though. So, good job, Kazuya. probably good for sure. So not playing for much himself. Did get the knockout here, still in a good spot, less than 50%. Poison Mushroom back to normal now for Kazuya. Of course, 16-4 is an incredible record. In fact, that beats the second best record from last season, 15-5 Ness. 16-4, yeah, would beat that. Wouldn't beat the 17-3 best record from Bowser last season. The only one who can beat that is Bowser himself at 17-2. The only one in the entire league, that is, who can still beat that, or tie it even, for that matter, is Bowser. Violet had a chance in the red last video. They're set 21, but I guess spoiler alert. Not that it mattered as much for her either. Again, at the very top, no problem for anything. She had first place locked in, and Kazuya gets the first knockout here in the pretty much tied up 2-stock bout. 93 only, but Bayonetta with a nice knockout on him, I believe, poisoned Kazuya there. Tying it up again. Obviously, just as before that low record, Bayonetta 8-11 playing for a lot more than Kazuya is. If she goes down, she could be out. Well, in fact, she will be out, I would say, of playoffs. She may be out of the moving middle as well. I mean, she will be staying here. Luigi's win may have made sure of that. In fact, may have. Yeah, she has actually. She lost to every other 8-11 Mewtwo, Little Mac, and Shulk shows, so she needs to win or she's done. I don't think she has any chance at all if she loses here. Because again, Luigi also beat her, so she literally lost to everybody else that's around this point. Pretty crazy, because again, she has good wins. She has some wins somewhere, right? She lost though. There it is. Poison Mushroom will do it for her. Kazuya. 16-4. He is definitely number 2. No doubt about that. He could have went to number 3 because Dedede could have won it and he could have lost, and then there would have been that. But not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. He is definitely number 2. And yeah, Bayonetta, I'd pretty much almost for sure say 8-12 is out of playoffs and out of the moving middle. And one of those last 2 stay in 6 spots at the bottom. Too bad for her. She was, I mean, just what a fall she's had from the beginning of the season. Crazy. All right, Chrom versus Shulk. Another big one. 13-6 Chrom. This gets a little closer here. Shulk, another 8-11, of course. A better 8-11. A little better. Now, Shulk, it's only beaten Bayonetta, in fact, so I mean, it'll matter if he loses. It'll definitely matter if he loses. Luigi matchup will matter as well. At this point, a win is looking fantastic here, but it's not over, because we still have to figure out what Mewtwo and Little Mac do, and kind of Villager. Because the Villager loss could bring him to 9-11. He'd be contending with the other 9-11s and could perhaps fall out. Still at this point, Villager could lose. If one more 8-11 goes down, Villager locks in playoffs. Could be right now. Can Shulk do it, or could Chrom 13-6 silence him? Chrom is number 5. And again, 13-6 could go to that 14-6, nice 14-6 spot. But again, 13-7 is just fine too. Absolutely, because Wolf again, 12-7 went to 12-8. Has a chance to stay above Piranha Plant here, though. Not a whole lot else, though, actually, for Chrom to do. Chrom and Piranha Plant, for that matter. They're probably the 2 with the least to do, other than just seeding stuff. Which is, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Locked in playoffs, locked in the top 8. Only unfortunate thing is you don't have a chance at the top 3. But hey, whatever. You did everything else. You're good. You're good. Chrom knocked out. Shulk, though, at 87% on his second. It's not looking good at all. Almost got a free knockout there, though, with that Super Mushroom. Did get 52% on Chrom with it, though. Brought this back to about even. Chrom keeps jumping off the side of the stage and then back. And he's going to regret it, I think, one of these times. Except Shulk pulls a Poison Mushroom, so that might just give him a knockout. Nope, he doesn't do anything about it. Now Shulk, nope, that's Chrom, that is, with the Super Mushroom, so continues to have that size advantage, and down goes Shulk again. 2-1. 55 and Chrom. Shulk loses, and again, that will be Villager clinching playoffs without even having to win. And we'll keep the door open for Luigi, perhaps Corrin, if Corrin can win later against Mewtwo. But that also makes it a win and in situation for Mewtwo and Little Mac, no problem at all there at that point. And of course, Little Mac coming up next has the easiest of the 8 and 11 matchups. Mewtwo may have the next easiest because all these other guys are tough, like Chrom here defeating Shulk. They have the hard matchups there. The two that we just saw, Bayonetta and Chrom, or Shulk, that is, unfortunately, because they were also the least likely to win, to get in, that is, to the playoffs over Mewtwo and Little Mac. Mewtwo has the next hardest because, of course, he's taking on Corrin, who still has a shot and wants to take him down to have a chance at that playoff spot at 8 and 12. But then there's Little Mac next, who has Diddy Kong, 2 and 17. So he has almost a free ride in at this point, with Shulk losing. And again, with all the matchups, as long as they don't have bad matchups against Corrin, mostly definitely Luigi because he won, maybe Corrin because he could win. But as long as, yeah, and say that does happen to Mewtwo and Little Mac both go down to 8 and 12, as long as they don't have bad matchups against, well, I guess Luigi in that case for Mewtwo, but because he's going to have one loss to Corrin. But Mewtwo did beat all the other three that are there with him, so he's got a really good chance. Little Mac has a really good chance, barring matchups with Corrin and Luigi. So they're kind of just in right now, as well as Villager, who just clinched, of course, officially with Shulk losing there and going to 8 and 12 himself. 9 and 11 will definitely get you in for sure, which Villager is the worst Villager can do. All right, let's go. And again, yes, that's a 14 and 6 Chrom. Such a nice record to have. He's definitely going to be number 5. Could go up above Gunner. See. Diddy here, 2 and 17. Will he end with a tie for the worst record ever, 2 and 18? Or can he go up one? Nothing is easy for him. Nothing's going to come easy, so yeah. And Little Mac, of course, 8 and 11, fighting for playoffs. Pretty easy. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than this. Beat Diddy Kong and you make the playoffs. And a peanut. Back to normal size. We keep seeing losses here, then 8 and 12 is going to get you into playoffs in the green. We saw in the red that didn't do it. It's close. It's close. Diddy faring a lot worse than he did last season as well. He was from the red, bad in the red as well, but not this bad. He was 7 and 13. He's actually like almost playoff contention there, and now absolutely not. Not sure what happened. Who knows? Maybe the Pokeballs last season helped him out a lot. Next season will be pretty zany again, so maybe he'll have a better shot. That's one thing about the crazier seasons that'll always give the, I guess, the worst fighters a better chance of doing something. All right, they just need some luck on their side. Diddy knocked out, of course, already. And Little Mac had the knockout there, the KO. Now he's got a Super Mushroom, almost just as good. Can't get that second uppercut to connect though, or that would have probably launched him. 66 on Diddy's second, 72 on Little Mac's first. Looking pretty good for him. Looks like we might have our first 9 and 11. Maybe. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, of course. Diddy back. He may have had a Super Mushroom there, perhaps. Maybe not. He's just as tall as Little Mac, huh? And there he goes, Little Mac. Connecting with a nice punch. Just over 100% on Diddy. Launches him. Poison Mushroom there for Diddy. He almost grabs it and then decides to just throw a banana at it instead. Knocks Little Mac off for the first time there. So 1 to 2, 0% each. Poison Mushroom for Little Mac. Diddy Kong's Super Mushroom just wears out. Still some damage on Little Mac, tiny Little Mac. And supersized Diddy again. Wait a moment here. 34 on Little Mac. Diddy blocking a bunch of stuff, getting some nice damage down there though. Can he get one more nice hit? Nope. Back to normal size. Poison Mushroom, nobody's gonna get it. No, wait, it's coming toward him. Wait a moment. Diddy's gonna get it. Only 12 on him right now though. He still has a chance at this. As long as he doesn't take too much damage from Poison Mushroom. Little Mac with the Poison Mushroom though. 100%. Is he gonna be able to come back from that? No. Diddy, don't save him. Tried to, but he didn't. Jumped on his head one more time just to make sure. And we are all tied up all of a sudden. Wow. Little Mac is about to lose as well. It looks like I'm going to have to do extra work here to figure out who is going to make the playoffs. Little Mac, come on. He's got the Super Mushroom now. It's all tied up 34, 46 on Little Mac. Diddy retaining a very, very tiny lead. Oh, Super Mushroom for Little Mac. Again, got the KO. Oh, no. Did he? Oh, no. The tree might have kind of blew him a little farther away than he wanted to go there. And then he jumped himself underneath the stage, and that is the way it ends. Well, that's too bad, Diddy. Nice try. Almost took Little Mac down, but that will be Little Mac going to 9-11 and securing his playoff spot. And now there was just one. It's again Villagers in. Little Mac is now in. Only one more can make it. Will it be a 9-11 Mewtwo? Or will it be an 8-12 somebody else? Or perhaps also still Mewtwo? Let's find out. 2-18 Diddy. That's horrible. But first, we got two less important ones. However, this one's interesting, of course, because we want to find out if Bowser can beat his old record. Not that he did well in the playoffs last season, mind you. I mean, he did okay, but did better than most. Better than, you know, more than half the fighters. Starting off with a Poison Mushroom for Bowser. Okay. 60% already on Lucina, not great, but giving her a chance. Lucina, I mean, she's 5-14. She's the one that's closest to not being out. Because, yeah, 6-14 isn't like, it's pretty bad, but, I mean, you're really only a few, you know, if there's just a few matches different, you know, that's all it may have taken. And things could have been totally different for her. So, I don't know, it's not the worst. 6-14, it feels like you can come back from that. Certainly at least to get into the moving middle next season or something and give yourself a better shot in a new division. Doesn't have the chance to get even into that here, and woo, okay, she did get the first knockout on Bowser, but he returns pretty angrily there. Lucina, Super Mushroom. She's keeping this one close. It's not like she's had a lot of bad matches or anything. She's had good ones. Like most of the fighters, they don't just get destroyed every time if they're the ones at the bottom. Some of them maybe more often than others, but you know, it's just the way things go. Got a huge size advantage for Bowser. Lucina back to normal, but it's not going to be enough to save her. And she loses her second stock. That is why Bowser is so hard to beat. Lucina Super Mushroom, can she do anything with it? She needs a lot of damage on Bowser. Ooh, she's getting some. 54. Lost the Super Mushroom, needs another one. Maybe has a chance here. Again, Bowser not going to drop out of that #1 spot, no way. And also, there won't be any doubt, even with a loss here, in fact, there won't be any doubt that going into the league playoff, you know, like when everyone's together after the divisional rounds, 2 divisional rounds, if he can make it through the second round after his bye, if he can make it through that second round, he will definitely be in that #1 seed in the league standings. So there's that. That's kind of cool. And he will get the get the win. Bowser, you are amazing. You are the closest fighter to being able to go undefeated the entire season. King Dedede right now is his like Achilles heel. Dedede, who's been up there with him both seasons, beat him. I think he's beaten him 3-0 now, Dedede over Bowser. Dedede just can't keep up with his record otherwise. If he could, Dedede would keep passing Bowser up, but he can't do it. So Bowser, though, that's just incredible. There you have it, though. Last bad match before our best four. Here we go. And yeah, I think this one is fittingly the worst match because, I mean, just the least important. Piranha Plant again, 13-6, done, not playing for anything. I mean, done as in has the top 8 and has the playoff spot. Can't go into the top 3. Could, yeah, actually can't do a whole lot. We'll see about the matchup with Chrom, with Wolf, that is. Chrom won. Chrom already beat Piranha Plant. The only thing Piranha Plant could do is drop down below Wolf, maybe, with a loss. But that's just a maybe. Actually, never. I take it all back. Wolf lost. So, yeah, Piranha Plant's just where it is. It's just going to be number 6 no matter what. But that being said, I was just mentioning Bowser's positioning in the league standings. Come playoff time, league playoff time, and that will also apply to Piranha Plant. So an extra win is always nice. 14-6 instead of 13-7 could be huge. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much that for Piranha Plant. Sheik, of course, is done 3-16. Worse than last season in the red. How she did in the red. She was 6-14. So, I mean, a little closer to what she did last season. Unlike Diddy, who got a lot worse. Dropped 5 matches. Sheik's only dropped 2 matches. I'm sorry, well, 3, unless she wins here. Still good. Got knocked out once, has a Super Mushroom, 102 on Piranha Plant. Of course, yeah, like I mentioned, as always, our best 4 matches to come. Got the knockout off Piranha Plant, nice. All tied up again, 2 stock. Gonna have the 2 rounds of playoffs. 13 go if you haven't figured it out by now. Or this is maybe the first video you're watching. Hello. Hope you're enjoying. 13 fighters go in every division. The top 3 have buys. That leaves 10 to play 5 matches in the first round of divisional playoffs for every division. And then that'll leave those 5 plus the 3 on buys. That's 8. Those 8 will play in 4 matches. And those 2 rounds of division playoffs will happen in the same day, same video, because that's going to be 1 match less than we watch usually here. It's only going to be 9 matches. So we'll have the non-buy matches, 5 of them, and then add the buys in for round 2. That'll be 4 more matches, and that will leave us with 4 fighters in every division. Moving on to the league playoffs, and that'll also be just 2 videos. And then yeah, we'll see. I think it's one. I believe we're going to be doing maybe 2 rounds in the first day. And then, I take it back, I think we're doing just 1 round the first day because there's going to be, right? I'm looking at it right here in front of me. Yeah, it looks like that is the case. Because we are going to have 16 fighters. So we're going to have 8 matches. Again, be a little less than usual for that, but... And also, Piranha Plant just won. Sheik just jumped into those jaws. 122 on Piranha Plant second. Not a whole lot of problems there. Although that was a pretty quick knockout at the end. But nice, yeah. So yeah, just to finish that thought, we'll have those first 8 rounds, and that'll knock us down to 4, of course. 4 matches, that is. 8 total fighters, 4 rounds. Get down to then 4 fighters, 2 rounds, and all of that will happen. All of those, that would be the league playoff round to the semifinals, or the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the final all in one day, because that's again only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches, plus maybe some extra stuff that would be fun, I think. So Piranha Plant is going to go up to 14-6, great record again, just like Chrom, great record to have, and going to be good for league playoff time. If Piranha Plant, just like I said for Bowser, could make it that far, we'll see. Sheik, again, very horrible, 3-17, ties the second worst record. Diddy ties the worst record from last season. Sheik ties the second worst record from last season. And now we move to our 4 best, and we determine everything in this division. And of course, one of the biggest questions we still have, Corrin versus Mewtwo. Does Corrin bring him down? Give everybody still a chance to make it? Or does Mewtwo just win? Mewtwo, what a bit of a fall. We've seen much worse falls, I guess, from last season. But he was 12-8 last season in this division. Tough division last season, tough division this season, it seemed. So yeah, he's I mean, he can go 9, but that's still 3 losses. Three wins less than he had. I guess, yeah, 3 losses more than last season. But still, hey, you make the playoffs, it's something. He is, either way, he's definitely moving, I would say, to the blue next season. I don't think there's no way he's moving into the bottom 6. Obviously, he can't make the top 8. So you will see Mewtwo in the blue. He's going to be blue 2. Oh, Corrin gets the first knockout here. Oh boy, 85 on him. Mewtwo going for those tail whaps, getting one of them. Not going to do it though. Grabs a poison mushroom. Oh, launches Corrin's like energy blast back at him, and almost launches Corrin, and Mewtwo's own energy blast, even while tiny size, does get the launching knockout and ties it up. Corrin now on a, oh, hold on, getting a bunch of damage down though. Mewtwo saying stop it. Yeah, and again, Mewtwo may just clinch anyway. But we're just gonna have to find out. If he loses, we'll just have to find out. It is gonna be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie at 8 and 12 if that's the case, and only one of them can make it. And although we'll have to see about Luigi. That's one I don't know for sure if he beat Luigi or not. But if Corrin can beat him, that's at least one loss he'll take, and one of the 3 that he's tied with now won't matter. So it could make him 2-2, and we just had 2 knockouts simultaneously, and now we're down 1-1 stock. This is crazy. I guess you could expect it with only 1 match difference, 1 win difference between the 2 of them. Corrin has proven, I mean, he's had, again, a lot of good matches. Same with Mewtwo, obviously. If he was 12-8 last season, he has the potential to do that again. And maybe the blue is going to be really upset. The blue probably hates the blue division, that is. Probably hates having to get all the middle pack fighters of the green. And that is going to be Corrin taking down Mewtwo. Wow. I think Mewtwo is poisoned there. That could have gone either way. The poison mushroom will secure it for Corrin. And yes, 5-way tie at 8 and 12. Who makes it in? Because of that, Mewtwo, he's either 3-1 or 2-2 in that 5-way tie. 3-1, I think he's good. He's in if he's 3-1. If he beat Luigi, he's in. If Luigi beat him, then it might be up in the air because Corrin beat now Mewtwo and Luigi, and then it's going to come down to if Corrin beat Shulk or Bayonetta would be all he would need, as long as he... Wow, yeah, as long as Mewtwo lost to Luigi, all Corrin would need to do is have a win over either Shulk or Bayonetta. That's nuts. I don't think... Bayonetta's definitely done. Shulk might have a little bit of a chance, but I don't think he does. Because, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's crazy. Next. I mean, it is just incredible how these regular seasons are turning out. Just go back again and watch the last set of the red. Crazy. This set is crazy. All comes down to a massive tie in tiebreakers. That's going to stretch the entire way into the moving middle, or the bottom six, so the staying six. Whoever has the worst of those in that matchup, whoever did the worst of the 8 and 12s is going to have to, the two worst, that is, going to have to stay. And only the best goes to the playoffs. It's just crazy. Just nuts. And yeah, so that means an 8 and 12 makes it in the green division, which we could kind of have expected. There's a lot of high records at the top. That being said, there's also a couple really low records at the bottom, so that I feel like that would almost offset it a little bit. It's about the same as every other division, though. It's not like the red was all that different. Honestly, red has a lot more wins at the bottom of the division, but at the same time, they have a lot less wins at the top, so. Well, Villager down already 187 on Dedede. Villager has a great shot. Skyripe. Oh! Gonna reject that spike ball back at Dedede. Two of them come out, one after another on Dedede there, and connect with each other as Villager blocks another. Oh, Dedede. Nice mallet moves. Almost falls off the stage. He's back, 97 to 0 on these second stocks. Gold belt dropped on Dedede's head, 17 damage done. About 110 on Villager. A really nice lead here for the big guy. Again, we're talking about top 3, maybe not. Depends on, again, his matchup with me, Gunner, in fact, who beat him, and that is why Dedede has not clinched the top 3. So yeah, that's interesting. Gunner has yet to go. Dedede could actually not make the top 3 and get his bye that he got last season. 2 buys last season per division, and it was him and Bowser. Gonna be the same plus Kazuya here if he can get the W. Also, again, it wouldn't matter what Gunner does. If he loses and Gunner loses, then he still obviously would make it. It's hilarious seeing the rockets and the spike balls going at each other. 110 on Dedede's second, but he's got the knockout. Nothing much on Villager's last percent-wise yet, though, so kind of okay here. Eh, Super Mushroom on Dedede, that's scary. Oh, Poison Mushroom on Villager. He just catch that spike ball? I think he did. Whipped it back. That was crazy. Is that little warp thing he had? Ooh! Villager somehow getting a huge knockout on Dedede there. 49 on Villager makes this very doable. He's small at the moment. Oh, nice block of the big mallet. Hits with the second one. Villager has good recovery though. Make it back. Poison Mushroom on Dedede, 83 on Villager, 0 on Dedede right now. Just whipping spike balls. You don't want to just, do that all willy-nilly though. Villager might send one back your way. Oh, a nice one connects there, but Villager also connects with the rocket at the same time. They just keep hitting each other. Oh, there it is. Not actually, though. Psych! That's crazy. Oh, Villager with the Poison Mushroom, though. That might do it for sure. Yeah, I don't think he's going to survive that. Dedede is going to take it. Villager, though, actually playing for less at this point than Dedede. Dedede now securing his top 3. Villager wasn't going to be able to fall out of the playoffs because he's 9-11. It's the worst he could do. That's what he did, and that's okay. he's in for sure. We'll see if Little Mac passes him up or not, but that would be the only thing that would happen for him. But yeah, all right. Is that Dedede is 16-4, which is better than his record last season, I believe, 16-4, because he was 14-6. So yeah, one of the I don't know. I guess there's maybe half that, maybe not half. Maybe it's about I'd say a third of the fighters from last season did better, a third did about the same, and a third did worse. So he was one of the third that did better. Good job, Dedede. And same to Villager, even going 9-11, coming into a tough division, making playoffs. That's pretty good. Beating Mewtwo out, at least. I don't know if you actually beat Mewtwo head to head, but you beat him out of the playoffs, or at least you're over top of him in record. He might still make again. So here, though, two that definitely made playoffs and two that are fighting for the hopes of perhaps making the top 8, or are they? Or are they going to throw so they stay in the moving middle? They might both stay as long as Bowser Jr. wins next match against the tough Me Gunner. Bowser Jr. will stay number 8 then and stay in the green here. But if he loses, then automatically that will mean the winner of this match, both of these guys beat Bowser Jr. So the winner of this match will go to number 8 if Bowser Jr. loses. And Link just, was he going for that mushroom or something? I have no idea what that was supposed to be. But he just jumped off the stage and never tried to come back. Mega Man 106 on his first stock though. Poison mushroom, he grabs it. See if Link can tie it back up and make this a match again. Or maybe again, he is literally throwing to do what I just said, to get out of the green. He's doing just as good pretty much here. He's one of the 1/3 that did as well this season as he did last season. Just like last season, he's on the bubble between like just staying and just going. If he wins here, he can't tie up the guy that is just the number 8. He can't be number 9 and tie with number 8, who would be staying, and have him going like last season. What happened? He also can't. Actually, I take that back. 11-9 is what he was last season. He can tie that up. Mega Man knocking him out again though, and retaining that basically the same lead he had since Link knocked himself out. And Mega Man gets a super mushroom to boot. Got the stock advantage, got the percent advantage now easily. And it looks like he's going to be the one to have a chance to stay. And again, 11-9, incredible record to have in the green division, especially. Mega Man new to the league. And who knows? Who knows? Between him and Bowser Jr., one of those two could be a mainstay, or could be fighting every season for their top 8 lives. Who knows? That's the fun of it, right? That's the fun of moving the middle packs. Number 9 to 15. Only because I would do 7-7-7, but I wanted to keep the top 8 because top 8 sounded better. So I wanted to keep the top 8 in their respective divisions, and that's why we have top 8, the middle 7, and the bottom 6. And that's why on the graphic, whenever we show it at the end, it is all goofy and it messes with my compulsion issues. Anyway, 129 on Link, 29 on Mega Man. Actually got him off to the last stock, so there's a chance, I guess, for Link. It's not a very good one. And Mega Man says, no, there is no chance. I win. And he does. Great job, Mega Man. Great job this season. Great job this season, Link, as well. Either way, both of them making the playoffs. 10-10 for Link. Only going to drop one match from last season. That's not so bad. And again, he'll be in the blue. Mega Man could be following him into the blue division if Bowser Jr. wins. And if not, Mega Man will make that top 8. Bowser Jr. will fall to he would actually fall to number 10 because again, Link, I'm sorry, because Link will be below him for sure. Bowser Jr. would only fall to number 9. Doesn't really matter either way, because he would fall out of that top 8. That's the only thing that really matters. Let's find out, because we only got one amazing match left in this division. And here they are, Bowser Jr., Me Gunner. Me Gunner can't do anything except maybe drop below Chrom or Piranha Plant. I don't know how his matchups are with those against those guys. We're looking, I don't know if they were ever tied for us to find out. Don't believe they were. But either way, did well. Can't make the top 3 anymore because they all won. But he's still, I mean, number 4 to 6, anywhere in there. 14 and 6 is great. 15 and 5 is amazing. Again, 15 and 5 would tie the second best record in the entire league last season. Win 3/4 of your 3/4 of your matches. Yes, that would be just fine. I would absolutely take that. Like I said, I would take the 12 and 8. That's enough. That's enough every season to get you, I would say, in the top 8. 13 and 7 is really the sweet spot, though. 13 and 7 almost gets you close enough to contend for to have contended. That is for the top 3. Some divisions might even get you close. I love it. He just tosses that bomb away. Already, Bowser Jr. already out once. Again, losing knocks him out of the top 8. That's what we're really playing for here in this one. That's the only important thing now that Gunner doesn't have a chance at the top 3. That would have been another thing, though, for sure. If Dedede lost, that would have been absolutely huge. Playing for the top 3 and for Gunner and the top 8 for Bowser Jr. Jr. gonna get the knockout. In return, 80% on him. Super Mushroom help. Got some more work to do, but it's possible. That'll help. 27% after the flurry of blows. What else does he have in the tank? In his little machine. 104, 114, 46 only on Gunner. Oh, tries to snag that Super Mushroom, but Bowser Jr. gets it just before he can. Jumps over, I believe, the Poison Mushroom there. Gunner only a small lead now, 125 to 96, and oh, Bowser Jr. He doesn't get stuck. Doesn't get stuck. It's okay. An angry face on the helicopter boy. It's funny. Ooh, takes a shot, 146 to 111. He's got a great shot now, though, himself. It's all tied up at this point, percent-wise, and Gunner is not coming back to the stage. That is a lead for Bowser Jr., if you want to call it that. 158 on him right now. Gunner trying to size him up, but he actually can't get the knockout yet. There it is. All tied up, 0%, one stock each. What is going to happen? I have no idea. Remember, Bowser Jr. is probably one of the best comebacks in the division. Probably the best comeback in the division. I want to say it is. If he wins here, I feel like he still deserves it. I don't know if anyone did better than him. Kirby almost did, but he didn't quite make it. I feel like Bowser Jr. is going to probably hold on to that title this season. Biggest comeback from the beginning of the season. We could probably look back and see if there was maybe anybody else, but I don't think there really was. I don't think there really was. Nah. Thought about Min Min in the yellows. Maybe see how she finishes off. She could go 14 and 6, which is pretty amazing. She didn't have quite the bad start that Bowser Jr. had, though. That's really the only difference. She didn't start off as bad. Those would be probably the top 2 candidates, though. Bowser Jr. and Min Min. We'll probably be taking a look at that, and we'll find out during playoffs. I'll probably mention that several times. We've got all those different random and pointless rewards. I'll tell you right now, Snake is most improved from last season. There's no doubt about that. Going from 2 and 18 to whatever he is now, 14 and 5. Yeah, that's the most improved for sure. And that's going to do it, Gunner. It was kind of close, but Gunner 87% left on him. He's gonna take down Bowser Jr. And that is how it ends. Bowser Jr. falls to number 9. Mega Man is the new number 8. He's the new top 8 stayer. And now our top 8, Bowser, Kazuya, Dedede, Gunner, Chrom, Piranha Plant, Wolf, and Mega Man. And you know what? Crazy enough, that was the very first time Mega Man has ever broken into the top 8 right now, just now. Well done, man. He was hovering right around that point like most of the season, in at least the top half of the division, and many times hitting that number 9 spot. Never top 8. He just did it though to end the season. What an incredible way for Mega Man to finish things. Poor Bowser Jr. though. Too bad for him. 11-9 though, still a great record to have. I mean, he's like the new Link at this point. Mega Man is like Yoshi last season in the red. Bowser Jr. is like Link last season in the red. Same record, but just barely missing because of the tie-breaking matchup. So he will be moving to the blue along with Link, Villager, probably like Mewtwo, Little Mac, Mewtwo, I'm pretty sure. And then we'll have to find out about those other two, and we'll have to find out about that last playoff spot for sure right now. All right. Well, we've got it. And it is crazy. Bowser, of course, at the top. Luigi over Wolf today. Kazuya defeating Bayonetta. Chrom defeating Shulk. Little Mac over Diddy. Bowser defeating Lucina. Piranha Plant over Sheik. Corrin over Mewtwo. Dedede defeating Villager. Mega Man beating Link. And finally the Mii Gunner over Bowser Jr. Things have changed. Certainly 18-2 Bowser, that didn't change. The only thing that changed is him breaking his own record. Now 18-2, the best record ever in the league. 16-4 Kazuya. 16-4 Dedede behind him. They're gonna clinch those other 2 bye spots. And we have our 15-5 Mii Gunner, 14-6 Chrom and Piranha Plant, 12-8 Wolf, and then our 11-9 number 8 Mega Man. We already knew him. He was gonna take Bowser Jr.'s spot coming into this, of course, but there it is. It is official. Bowser Jr. is number 9. Link is number 10 at 10-10. How fitting. And this is, of course, the moving middle. Starts there with Bowser Jr. and Link. You can see him in the blue there on your screen. Villager 9-11 along with Little Mac. They're gonna, no problem, secure those spots for themselves in the playoffs. And the last playoff spot goes to Corrin. Of course, you can still see it on your screen there, but incredible. Beating Mewtwo was the win he needed. We have the 8-12 tie, 5-way tie between Corrin, Mewtwo, Luigi, Shulk, and Bayonetta. So what happened? Well, Bayonetta lost to everybody. I'll tell you that right now. So she is the worst of them for sure. Shulk beat Bayonetta, but he also has another win. Interestingly enough, he beat Corrin himself. However, the other person that is in, you could say 2-2 in this tie here, 5-way tie, is Luigi himself, and Luigi beat Shulk. And so when it comes to the tiebreaker between the 2-2s, Luigi and Shulk, that would be the head-to-head tie first, and that would be, of course, Luigi taking that over Shulk and earning himself that moving middle spot. Number 15 moving middle spot. Shulk and Bayonetta are going to stay here in the green into next season. Maybe Bayonetta will recover, who knows. Shulk could certainly get into the middle. Both of those easily get into the middle next season. We'll see. Luigi, though, he's going to make it in, but he's not going to make it into the playoffs. In Mewtwo, 3 wins. We had a feeling going into this. We knew that he had 3, and as long as if he beat Corrin, he would have just been in. If he lost to Corrin, he would be 3-1, which he is. He beat Shulk, Luigi, Bayonetta. It's all good, except Corrin also beat Luigi and Bayonetta, which is what we were talking about, and it happened. He defeated both of them. He defeated Mewtwo. He is also 3-1 in this 5-way tie. Even though he lost to Shulk, it doesn't matter because he beat Mewtwo. between 3-1's him and Mewtwo, the head-to-head, goes to Corrin today. Just insane. So, and in fact, you know what? Set 10, so not even the halfway point, was the last time that Corrin was even in playoff contention, when he was number 13. That was the last time he was in the playoffs. So he's been struggling a little bit this second half, but he ended up doing it in the end. Just amazing. Great job, Corrin. 8-12 does it. Maybe he'll be the only 8-12 making it, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The only thing that matters with that is you get tough matchups. But as long as you can win them, man, you can go the distance. Of course, if he does win and then wins again, well, if he wins here, he's definitely going to be up against Bowser in round 2 of the divisionals. So he would have to take out Bowser. Anyway, after that, we have our 5-15 Toon Link defeating the 5-15 Lucina in their head-to-head. So he's now taking that spot. Lucina third to last. Second to last is Sheik, 3-17, and our final, or worst of the entire league, I believe, 2-18 Diddy Kong. I don't think anyone can be that bad. No one else has a chance to go 2-18. It's only him. It's too bad for him, but hey, bounce back next season, maybe, just maybe. So that's that, guys. That's that. We have, of course, then Bowser, Kazuya, Dedede, Gunner, Chrom, Piranha, Wolf, and Mega Man staying in the top 8. We have Shulk, Bayonetta, Toon Link, Lucina, Sheik, and Diddy Kong staying in the bottom 6. Bowser Jr., Link, Villager, Little Mac, Corrin, Mewtwo, and Luigi will be Blue Division next season. Oh boy, good luck, Blue Division. You are inheriting Bowser Jr., Link, and Mewtwo, plus all those other guys that are obviously going to be just as tough. And for those guys in their set 21 coming up, we have Pacman beginning things. He's fighting 8-11 himself against Lucas, who's 8-11. We're starting off with that, and then the Palutena 8-11 against Falco 8-11. So you guys are in for a treat right off the bat there. We're going to determine a lot of things in the blue to start, and there's a reason for that. Then we have Wario, the final of those. There's 5 8-11s in that division. He's the last one. He's up against Ken, and an obviously easier one than the rest. 3-16. He's pretty much a win and end situation, but not necessarily. He is hoping for some other some certain winners to win before him, so he has a better chance in the 3-way tie that will come. Anyway, after that we have Steve. Up at the top at 14-5, taking on Fox, who is out at 6-13. Not a horrible record, especially if he can go 7-13. That'd be a huge upset and a great win to go. Even if you're 7-13 and you're done, that's still not wow, that's not the worst way to end things. Rob then, who's also out 5-14, he is taking on Snake, that wonder of a fighter, 14-5, the 2-18 from last season, like Diddy Kong this season. That's how crazy it is. Then Pichu, 4-15, is taking on Sora at 14-5, fighting for his number 3 spot, or even better perhaps, fighting for a bye. Let's put it that way. Then we got Rosalina and Luma, 3-16, taking on Banjo and Kazuya, and he's up at 14-5 as well. They're all those 14-5s going to be fighting Steve as well for those spots. Snake, Sora, Steve, and Banjo all tied, number 2 to number 5 spots. Tied at 14-5. It's pretty nuts. And Ganondorf's only one above him because he's been dropping fast recently. Captain Falcon just below them, 13-6, is taking on Cloud, who's just below him at 12-7. Then we got Ness at 10-9 against Meta Knight at 11-8. And finally Ganondorf at 15-4. He's taking on Roy at 12-7. So that's going to be a great way to finish things. Inkling hoping for that playoff spot at 9-11. It's a better spot to be hoping than 8-12, that's for sure. Inkling, yeah, might be good for playoffs. Again, also losing some matches recently and struggling toward the end here to finish things off. Of course, the green division, for them next time, it's going to be playoff time. Yes! First round of playoffs, it's going to be number 4, Me Gunner, versus the number 13, Corrin. And we got number 5, Chrom, taking on the number 12, Little Mac. Number 6, Piranha has the number 10, Villager. Then we have the number 7, Wolf, against the number 9, Link. I'm sorry, did I get that wrong? 11 Villager and 10 for Link. Number 11 Villager, number 10 for Link, and then we have the number 8 Mega Man and the number 9 Bowser Jr. And then after that, we'll have the Bowser, of course, by number 1. He's going to be taking on the worst of those 5 who win from that first round. Kazuya will be taking on the second worst record from that, standings wise. And then we got Dedede taking on the third worst, and then those best 2 from the first 5 matches will be fighting each other, and that will be 4 to go on to the league playoffs against the other 3 divisions, and we shall see who they shall be. Let me know who you think it will be going. I'm very curious to know who you think will be the 4 from every division. Who you think will take the whole thing? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Check everything else out that we got on the channel for you. Even after this season ends and we're on our off season through the summer, we're going to have plenty of other stuff. The Shorts League will continue, so we will have more Super Smash Bros. AI content. Even maybe we have some of you out there who are willing to do some fights on stream yourself or on video yourself, then maybe we'll even have our own league started at some point. Let me know. Let me know if you would be interested. Randy, Nerds Templar in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. Peace.